Welcome to another video of the Target Individual Programs. In this video, I will talk about some of the reasons as to why people are being targeted. Some of the reasons are people are being targeted by the state for blackmail. People are being targeted for whistleblowing. People are being targeted just because someone basically don't like them and have authority and power to put individuals into these types of programs. We're talking about people who have been discriminated against and who've decided to speak out are being targeted by the company that they work for. Others are being targeted simply for revenge. Some are being targeted because they are being experimented on, and so they have to make those individuals not believable. So they will go on an attempt to discredit those individuals. And the way how you discredit people in today's society is by making them look crazy. That is the perfect cover for these types of programs to exist and continue to thrive. I myself believe the reason that I was being targeted was for blackmail purpose. My perpetrators, meaning the people who have put me into this program, have made me believe that my firstborn son is not really my son. And so they have brainwashed me, or trying to brainwash me into believing that is the case. So therefore, I have to do what they say, or they will take my son away from me. So they are experimenting on me with directed energy weapons as well as mind control technologies. And they have told me through subliminal message and through what is called silent sound technology. Do a research and look that up. Silent sound technology. That if I speak about what they are doing to me, that they were going to take my kids away from me. And so how will they do that? First, by trying to label me, which they've done already actually, but by trying to say that I am an unfit parent, which is not true. I take care of my kids. I'm there for my kids. I'm not a danger to my kids or anyone else. But they are giving people the perception that that is the case. And for those of you who have actively participated in targeting people in this manner, who have been deceived, and who have been a willing participant, what gives you the right to do this to another human being? What makes you so important that you feel that you have to belong to an organization that will subject human beings to this kind of treatment, and then trying to cover it up with labeling those individuals as mentally ill? This type of program have been going on in the United States for decades. You've had the Tuskegee experiment. You have MK Ultra. You've had COINTELPRO. You've had the sterilization of thousands of people here in the United States. And for those who are watching this video and are skeptical, do your research. Okay? when people claim that they're being targeted by the state or by an organization, don't just look at them as they're crazy and pass them off as being crazy. Because you know what? It can happen to you or a family member. So, let's move on. Let's talk about the psychological tactics of this program. Have you ever heard of neurolinguistic programming? If you haven't, I advise you to look it up. And I will give you a brief explanation of what that is. So, in neurolinguistic programming, what it does is that it makes you associate certain things with a memory, a thought, or an emotional state. And what the perpetrators have done over many, many years of subliminal messages is that they have conditioned the target individuals to certain things. For instance, colors. Did you know that colors can be used to affect your mood? It can also affect your emotional state. And our perpetrators have used colors in a negative way to affect the target individual. They also use hand gestures or hand signals to basically trigger an emotional response or thought pattern in the targeted individuals. So in my case, because they want to shut me up and control me, they basically change my thought pattern and implanted certain things in my mind that whenever I see a particular color or a particular hand gesture, I have a negative thought or a negative emotional response. Neurolinguistic programming uses what is called anchors and triggers. So, the trigger could be anything that they can attach a negative emotional response or thought pattern in the target. And as I stated before, they will use colors, they will use hand gestures, they will use people from your past, they will use your kids, they will use family members. They will use whatever negative situation that arise in your life against you. Targets have to be aware of this and have to do many, many months and even years of research to really understand what is happening to them. So in my case, they are trying to use my son as a tool in which to control me. As I stated, they're trying to tell me that if I don't do what they want, that they will take away my kids. Okay? This is the state that is doing this, the U.S. government. And for those who may comment and leave negative comments, I expect that, because when it comes to illegal experiments and people who have blown the whistle or who have tried and exposed these illegal types of experiments, they have all been attacked and villainized. So I expect people to comment negatively, but that's okay. Because you know what? you cannot hide the truth, especially when there are those willing to expose what is being done. And I am one of those. So if you feel, and I'm talking about the perps or the state, that you can take away my kids because I am speaking out against what you are doing to me, I'd like to see you try. And if you feel that you can use law enforcement to intimidate, to set me up, or to press false charges using false witnesses against me, then that's what you have to do. Because I will not be silenced.